Okay, well. Okay, well, I'll be done in a little bit. Love you. Bye. Okay, I have a lot of products that I absolutely regret buying. In fact, if I could name this products I can't stand, I totally would, but people probably wouldn't click on the video, let's be honest. This mascara sucked. It just, one, it made your eyelashes super, super clumpy. Two, it had this really weird, like, jelly consistency that, I don't know, I can't explain it. Like, your eyelashes looked fake, and like not in a good way fake. Like it didn't make your eyelashes like Too Faced Better Than Sex. That makes your eyelashes look fake, but it gives a ton of volume and a ton of length. This makes your eyelashes look fake without those two things. So it's just not a good product in my opinion. I don't totally regret buying it because it was only like $6, so I don't know. I used it up just because I just didn't want to waste the product, but I would never repurchase this again. And shocking because I love most Maybelline mascaras, but this one just is not up to par for me. Let's talk about this product, shall we? You might be asking yourself what the hell this is, and that would be a viable question. This is the little mini beauty blenders that came out. There's actually a second one that came in the set. I can't find that. This is the only one I could locate. I specifically kept this to complain about this one day in a video. These are so pointless, such a gimmick, not worth it at all. Personally, to me, I don't know if other people found them useful. Like, hang on, I'm gonna let this expand so you can see just how actually tiny this thing is. There you go. That is seriously like the biggest it gets. And it's meant to be for like doing concealer under your eyes and la-di-da-da-da-da. I don't see why you would buy this. The Beauty Blender does the same thing on the pointed end. Really don't get why they even came out with these in the first place, probably just to get more money, but it did not work for me. In fact, I don't know anyone who it worked for. So let me know if you actually did like it. I'm curious, but it's just pointless money. It's not that it's like bad at blending the product in, because it's really not, but it's like, wait, my Beauty Blender does the same thing. Why did I spend another 20 bucks on these two danky little things? So I just don't think it was worth the money personally. Two foundations that I can't stand. The first one is this Neutrogena Nourishing Longwear Tone Correcting Complex Makeup, and this is in ivory, and this is seriously the pinkest foundation, one of the pinkest foundations I've ever seen, and this is their lightest shade. This entire line that came out for the Nourishing Longwear was very, very, very pink. It did last a long time, I can say that, but it didn't look good on the skin. It looked very unnatural. It didn't have a satin finish. It was matte, but like it would get oily in certain places. Like, I don't know. This was not a good product, and surprisingly, it broke me out, which is crazy because Neutrogena products usually don't break me out, but whatever is in this to make this product last as long as it does, I'm not sure what it is. This stuff totally broke me out, and I am a complete no-go on any product, as I'm sure everyone else is. I'm a complete no-go on any product that breaks me out, so gotta get rid of that one. And then another product was the Bare Minerals Bare Skin Pure Brightening Serum Foundation. I wanted to like this foundation so bad. I truly did. This is one of the first foundations that came out like last year. That was like that serum foundation, so lightweight foundation. First off, this is its lightest shade. I just want to show you guys. This is in Bare Linen. I just want to show you guys. Well, this is the lightest shade that they sold at my store. Do you see how that, like, it's not even picking it up on the camera, it's making it brighter. It is so yellow and dark. Literally, it's about 3 or 4 shades darker than my natural skin color. So I don't know how this is supposed to be the lightest shade, but whatever. The consistency is very strange. It does feel quite, I don't know. So you can kind of tell there, the color difference. I blended it into my skin. It smells weird. It smells like some sort of, I can't explain it. It's one of those smells that triggers a memory. Like a paint wood. That's what it smells like, wood. It's so bizarre. It smells terrible on your face. It does have a really nice feel to it. It does feel very lightweight, but it clings to every imperfection on your face. And I mean your pores, your dry patches, your wrinkles, whatever you got, this is gonna show them. And I don't know if it ever brightened my face because I literally wore this product twice. And I know what you're thinking, Alyssa, why the hell did you wear this product if it didn't even match your skin? I don't know. YOLO. Not the point. Point is, this did not do anything for my skin, and for the freaking price, I can't even remember how much this was, but I know it was expensive. I am so upset at this product. Then I have this tinted moisturizer that I actually used up. Now, I didn't completely hate this product. I think it probably would work for someone who doesn't like having that much coverage, or really any coverage at all. Like seriously, this has no coverage, but it does feel really good on the skin. It's soothing. That's something I can say about it. And like I said, this is another product that's the lightest shade is just too dark for my skin, which is really disappointing. But not that it even matters because this seriously does not give you any coverage. At least not me. It doesn't give me any coverage. Really not a loss if you're into someone who likes, I mean, light coverage, everyday product. This is really nourishing. It didn't break me out. Then this is for you, but not my shade, barely any coverage. No go for Alyssa. So I have two eye products, eyeliners, that I cannot stand. And this is the L'Oreal 12 Hour Infallible Super Slim. Now, the only reason I don't like this product is because it does not last 12 hours. And do not claim a product is going to do something that it doesn't do. Now, I've used this with primers, paint pots, anything to keep this from lasting, and it doesn't. It fades and it flakes. Put this on when I'm going out at night and I'm gonna be out all night, or maybe I'm doing a whole day thing. This didn't last. By the end of the day, it was flaking on the outer corner and the color on the inside had faded. And like I said, I don't even have oily eyelids. So yeah, this product's staying power, it's a lie. They lie to you. They're Real push-up liner. This product is not that great. Seriously, like, it's not bad if it doesn't, like, it dries up, it clumps up at the front. When you try to put on your eyes, it just like falls off. The clump just literally falls onto your skin and ruins your makeup. There is nothing good I can say about this. If you can make it work, yeah, it's really black. Yeah, it can last a long time, but this is just a biatch to make work. And it's supposed to make gel eyeliner easier. I, for one, threw this off to the side, literally to complain about it. And then I went back to my gel eyeliner with my gel pencil pen brush thing. Way easier than this product. It's totally not worth the money. Very expensive for something like this, and I do not like this product at all. Would not recommend. And I have some skincare products that I really didn't like. The first one is a very famous one, which is ironic that I've never used this before. This is the Neutrogena Deep Clean Cream Cleanser, and this is oil-free. It's supposed to penetrate, refresh, and improve your complexion. It did neither. In fact, the only thing it managed to do was dry my skin, and that is the biggest part of my problem with my skin. If my skin's dry, it's gonna have problems, and this just dried out my skin. You know, people who have used it for years and it works great for them, especially if they have oily skin. I think this is a really good alternative. Definitely don't think it gets off all your makeup though. Definitely isn't deep cleaning. I don't think so. Like, I use this after I use a makeup wipe like I always do, then I use this as my cleanser. And when I went over with my toner, I had way more makeup than I've had with, ow. Walk it off, Alyssa. Walk it, or talk it off. Talk it off, Alyssa. Left my makeup on. When I put the toner over, I noticed I had way more makeup than I've had with any other cleanser I've used. So I don't think that this is very deep cleaning, but it does have this really cool tingling sensation, which is nice as it makes you feel like you're clean. I have friends who have used this their entire life and they have great skin, but doesn't work for me at all, just not. And the last product is this Jergens BB Body Perfecting Skin Cream. It is 5 beautifying benefits and 1 moisturizer for a flawless appearance. Mine is in the light skin tone. I have been using these since it came out, since last summer. I have another one that's empty. And things I like about it: it smells good. I actually really love the smell of it. It is moisturizing. It is moist. It's not like it leaves your skin dry by any means, but it does not do anything it says it's supposed to do. Brightens and illuminates, no, doesn't do that. It just doesn't cover anything. It blends in like a normal, I put it up against other lotions and it blends in like a normal lotion. It definitely does not even out your skin tone by any means. My mom used the darker version and she had the same problem. She's very, very dark and she said that it didn't do anything to even out her skin tone. Visibly Firm Skin. Again, I used this for months. It didn't do anything of the sort. And minimizes the appearance of appearance. That goes with the other thing. No, it did not. It did not do any of those things. So typical normal lotion is what this should be called, and that's fine. That's what it is. It's not a bad product if it was advertised that way. But again, false advertisement. I really can't, I just like, I haven't seen anyone that this has worked for, but if you love Jergens like I do, it's not like this is a total loss. I don't think it was like super expensive, and I got like a duo. I think this was at Costco, and it wasn't that expensive, so it's definitely good to keep using. But if you're expecting something else from it like I did because it uses the word BB in it, you're gonna be sorely disappointed, I assure you. That is all of the products that I regret buying. Let me know if you guys want me to do products that I've been loving. I'm not gonna be the kind of girl that's gonna be doing like the April favorites or the March favorites or the every month. I can't do that. I don't try enough products and I can't afford enough products to be constantly showing you new things, but I do every so often, every few months, have products that I accumulate that I really, really love. So let me know if you guys want me to do a video about products that I've been loving. And yeah, so as usual, please like, comment, and subscribe, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I'll see you later.